what? Let's just rotate this camera down just a hair so that, well, no, let's rotate it up just a hair so that we're a little bit. Okay, there we are. Now I'm going to, hello? I'm going to edit my latest cooking video, beef chow mein. And I'm going to today concentrate on the concentrate. Oh, pardon me, I got a bit of a cough. So I don't know how that's going to work. Concentrate on the final edit and the voiceover and the music. So we're going to end up with um, a few undertakings where the microphone I'm using to talk to you on YouTube is also going to be used to record the voiceover audio. So at one point, I'm going to have to ignore people in the chat and work through my process there. So let's say, first of all, if you want to drop your link, type show link, one word, to drop link. And we're going to type show link to drop link. That's perfect. Let's pin that. And then we're going to start Premiere Pro and find the let's share the screen here. We're going to share screen one. And we're going to continue with steak chow mein, which is we were working on yesterday. Hey, Izzy Reels, thank you for coming by. I appreciate that. Going to allow, yes, I want to allow YouTube to show my screen. There's my screen. So this is Premiere Pro, and from time to time, I'm going to talk to the editing program more than I'm going to talk to the chat. And I just lost my connection over here, so let's deal with that. Where are you, connection? Cancel. And there I am. I am truly live. It's amazing. Where is, yeah. I am truly live. So, yeah, as you have seen some good stuff that you've got out there. Okay, so let's open up this steak. Which one? Oh, sorry, steak chow mein. That's the one. Wrong video. So this one. Yesterday we had the fun online, which never tried before, but it did work out. Hey, Caesar Mocha, thank you for coming onto my stream. You saw some of the beginning of this, so now we've got a good edit of the cooking of steak chow mein. And now we're going to, yeah, stick around as long as you can, Caesar. I really appreciate it. Leave me running in the background. I need the hours, but I also want to edit this video. So how long is it now? So we've got 10 minutes. So 10 minutes is the maximum that we want to go for this. And I'm going to, what am I going to do? So Premiere Pro has a microphone over here that allows me to record directly to the timeline, and it creates its own audio file. The microphone on this webcam is not 100% the greatest. I do like the quality of the sound. I have a Rode microphone and some other microphones that are better sounding, but I have not figured out how to connect them to my computer. I usually connect them to the camera, and the camera is then more work to transfer relatively big files. So I'm going to open up a notepad over here. Oh no, I've got my notepad already. I've got my script, and I'm going to bring that in here. I'm going to sort of minimize it. No, I can't really do that at the same time. So my script, as I write it, is going to be on the side, but I'll talk about it. Hey, Rems National, appreciate the visit. Thank you for coming by and watch me edit live a cooking video. So let's see. So this is what? This is the cutting of the steak, and the words for that are going to be, and I'm going to write them first, and then later on we'll come back and oh, good. Headset, yes. I listen to some stuff with a headset. Most of it, I listen when I create music. I listen to that with a headset because I can hear a little bit better then. Anyway, so let's stop talking about what we're talking about and let's actually do this. So my first line of VO is going to be the hero ingredient is beef. Here, a 4-ounce piece of sirloin that I am going to cut into bite-sized pieces. Cut into bite-sized pieces. Spelling mistake over here. Let's fix that. That's good. Okay, what happened to this? Okay, I lost a connection there. Okay, now we're good. We're good on all accounts. So now, so that's going to be there, and then we're going to cut that. Next line of voiceover. I am going to marinate the steak. So that's going under the bowl. I'm going to, what have I got? 2 tablespoons? 1 or 2 tablespoons of soy sauce? 1. Okay, so 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. 1 tablespoon soy sauce. And then we're going to end up with 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon oyster sauce. Oyster sauce will add a bit of a salty flavor, but it is not fishy tasting. Okay, so that takes care of that. And what else are we going to do? Oh, then we're going to add, mix that up. Mix that up. And just to show you, this is how I record my my script. First of all, I write it out as I'm watching the video, and then I'm going to go back and read it more elegantly than I'm jumping back and forth and thinking about what it is I want to say. Okay, so we're going to add 1 tablespoon flour. Add 1 tablespoon flour. But really, 1 tablespoon was too much, so we're going to say add a bit less than 1 tablespoon of flour. Yeah, easy. Keep working. Leave me on in the background if it's good. Otherwise, we're going to keep talking. I'm assuming this is about an hour. It usually takes me an hour. I guess a little bit longer because I'm I'm talking to the chat as well. But again, thank you everybody for dropping by. Let's see. Okay, so now we've added the flour, tablespoon of flour, to thicken the sauce, and stir well. Okay, so now we're going to what are we going to do? Mix that up. Okay, so now we're going to slice a large onion into slivers. Okay, and then we're going to chop up a green spring onion into small pieces. Hey, Spirit in the Sky Blue, welcome to my video editing online session. I'm trying to really figure out whether this is a thing or not. So at this point, I'm actually talking to myself as I'm developing the script, and then I'm going to read that script, and I'm using the same microphone to record my voice for the video as I'm using it to talk to you. So for a while there, I'm going to just concentrate on reading the script. But here, okay. So this next episode is let's cut up a cup. Is it a cup of broccoli into small pieces? It adds color and texture, and actually I do like the taste of broccoli. Not broccoli by itself, but broccoli when it's in things. So this, Spirit. So I'm using Adobe Premiere because I've used Adobe Premiere for as long as Adobe Premiere has existed, and I like the way it works. It does cost me a few dollars a month, but I'm sticking with what I know. Okay, so now half a cup of beef broth, and we're going to add so in here before we say this. So let's make the sauce. And this was recorded not in the same order as it is in the video. It was recorded in the order that made sense from organizing all of the components. Half a cup of beef broth. Was it half a cup or a quarter cup? I can't tell. Yeah, it was a half a cup. No, it must have been a quarter cup. It's a quarter cup of beef broth, quarter cup of oyster sauce, and then what do we do next? Oyster sauce, and do we show ourselves mixing? We don't mix it up. Interesting. Okay, so it's just now the noodles. This will be a one-pot approach. So the noodles will be cooked in the same pan as the meat later on. I'm actually going to try a new, pardon me, a new one-pot recipe after this, for the next video after this, based back again on the Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex approach to cooking and all in one pan, because it is kind of a neat concept that you just put everything in one pan and keep stirring. Okay. Now the noodles. These are egg noodles that will be done in 3 minutes. I'm going to look up how many ounces that is. I'll get that later. Okay. So now we're going to put the noodles in there and let them cook. Let them boil. Not that exciting watching noodles boil. So why did I have a close-up of it? Because why not? Okay. I am going to add about 2 tablespoons of finely minced fresh ginger. Peel it, chop it up. Okay, so this here, we're peeling it. We're going to chop it up and put that aside. Okay, so, and yesterday we decided each of these little putting asides is going to be 4 seconds. Okay, so the noodles are getting nicely cooked. Noodles are 2 minutes cooking. So add the broccoli so that it cooks for another minute. Okay, we're adding our broccoli. And now we're going to stir that. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. Okay, do that well. And put the noodles aside. I'd like to actually leave the noodles in the pan, but the heat of the meat frying is probably too, it's going to make the noodles too crunchy. If this was shrimp, I think I would be able to just leave it all in the pan, drain the water, and add some oil. And I'm going to, what am I going to do here? Add some oil. Is this sesame oil? I can't remember. Yeah, that's sesame oil. Add some sesame oil. That gives a nice flavor. Love the taste of sesame oil. Okay, so add some sesame oil, onions into the pan. How much garlic am I putting in? A tablespoon, right? Or it was half a tablespoon, I think. Yeah. Half a tablespoon of half tablespoon garlic flakes. Too lazy today to chop garlic. And garlic flakes provides a bit of a more subtle garlicky flavor than fresh garlic. Okay, so we're going to come along here. Now, what's this? Okay, we're going to stir that. Oh. Add the ginger. Okay, add the ginger, and then we're going to Add the marinated meat. And make into a flat layer so that it browns well. Okay, and now we're going to turn the pieces of meat over, because we want all sides brown, nicely browned. And what are we going to do next? So we got some pictures of that. Stir well. Do I really need? Oh yeah, here we added a bit of oil. Add a bit more sesame oil. Stir well. And now we're into, okay, so we're add a handful, about 1 cup of bean sprouts. And some people don't like bean sprouts. In fact, my next few recipes we're gonna go without bean sprouts, because I'm not that excited about them. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh yeah, so that's happening here, and then there's some action there, because I want to cut on the action. I don't want to have people just staring at stuff that isn't doing anything. It's a motion picture. It has to be motion. And we stir that well. Stir well. So stirring is a bit boring, but I left most of the stirring in. I mean, the video is going to be 10 minutes, and it probably took half an hour to make it. But again, when you're shooting to record everything, then you take time to organize stuff, and the sequence isn't always the same sequence. Add back the noodles and broccoli. Stir well to coat the noodles. And then what are we doing here? Coating the noodles. And add the green onion. And the green onion doesn't add that much in taste, but it adds a nice bit of color to the final dish. And because the taste is good, it's better than like just a parsley garnish that is really throwaway. Okay, add the green onion. Serve. More green onion as garnish. And we're going to enjoy. So here I'm grappling with whether I'm going to use a fork or chopsticks to record the enjoy portion. I decided I would use chopsticks in the intro, but I'm not a great manipulator of chopsticks, but it adds to the Asian flavor of the whole undertaking. Okay, so now that is our script written. Let's save the file. And what are we doing here? That's still cooking. That's very nice. And we're going to now cannot talk to chat for a minute while recording voiceover. If I could type properly, that would help. Recording voiceover. That Save that there. Okay, so now let's start this. Okay, we're going to make the zoom out a little bit so we can see the whole timeline. And we're going to use the, as I said, the built-in, um, pardon me. I'm going to have a drink before I start recording this voiceover. Hey, Billy Bob, thank you for watching me. I'm about to record a voiceover for this cooking video, but I need a sip of Diet Coke to soothe the throat. So, pardon me. And you're going to hear me recording the voiceover and not talking to the chat. Okay, so to record the voiceover, I'm going to click this little microphone icon on here, and Adobe's going to give me a countdown: 3, 2, 1, recording. So the main hero ingredient is beef. Here, a 4-ounce piece of sirloin that I'm going to cut into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to marinate the steak. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Oyster sauce will add a bit of salty flavor, but not fishy tasting. Okay, I got a bit of noise on the phone there, so let's do this line. 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. The oyster sauce will add a bit of a salty flavor, but it's not fishy tasting. I'm actually going to move this here so I can see it better while I'm... nah, that's not a good place to put it. But not fishy tasting. Okay, so where is my... okay, mix that up. Add a bit less than what... pardon me. Add a bit less than 1 tablespoon of flour to thicken the sauce, and stir that well. Slice a large onion into slivers. Chop up a green spring onion into small pieces. And let's cut up a cup of broccoli into small pieces. It adds color and texture, and again a bit of flavor. So let's make the sauce. A 1/4 cup of beef broth, a 1/4 cup of oyster sauce, and now the noodles. This is going to be a one-pot approach, so the noodles will be cooked in the same pan as the meat later on. These are egg noodles that will be done in about 3 minutes. We'll let them boil. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of finely minced fresh garlic. I don't know, I didn't like what I wrote there. Let me just fix this voiceover line here. Okay, I like that. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of finely minced fresh garlic. Peel it, chop it up. Noodles are 2 minutes into cooking, so add the broccoli so that it cooks for another minute. Stir that well, and put the noodles aside. Add some sesame oil. That gives a nice flavor. Onions into the pan. 1/2 tablespoon of garlic flakes. I'm too lazy today to chop garlic, but fresh garlic adds a bit of a different taste. Add the ginger. Add the ginger. You notice I wanted the fresh ginger more than I needed fresh garlic. Add the marinated meat. Make it into a flat layer so that it browns well. Turn the pieces of meat over. Add a bit more sesame oil. Stir that well. Add a handful, about a cup, of bean sprouts, and stir well. Add back the noodles and broccoli. Again, stir well to coat the noodles and heat them up. Add the green onion and serve. A bit more green onion as garnish. Enjoy. Okay, so that is the end of my voiceover recording. So you see it here. It created an element in Adobe, so it's a sound wave, and this is my my audio for the voiceover. So I'm going to try to make sure that I don't create a strange echo in YouTube. I think I've got my sound turned off in here. Hopefully that's off. Yeah, I think that sound I don't hear. That sound I'm not going to hear. So I'm going to turn on the sound on the computer. And let's see if we start getting a weird echo. If we do, then I have to think for a minute how I'm going to deal with that. Is there an echo? I don't hear an echo. If I play the voiceover. The main hero ingredient is beef. Here, a 4-ounce piece of sirloin that I'm going to cut into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to marinate. Cut into bite-sized pieces. Okay, so I'm getting my audio file. Let's stop that for a second. I'm getting my audio file, and I'm not getting an echo in YouTube, so that's good. Okay, voice over recording is done. Okay, now let's go back to okay, let's listen to this voiceover and align the pieces with the video. So I wrote the script as I was watching the video, and I think here. So the main hero ingredient is beef. Here, a 4-ounce piece. The hero ingredient. Okay, so let's cut out this beginning part of this. Move it to the beginning of the clip. The hero ingredient is beef. Here, a 4-ounce piece of sirloin that I'm going to cut into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to marinate the steak. Okay, let's cut this here. Pardon me. Now we're going to move this over. I'm going to marinate the steak, so that occurs here where I'm going to marinating it. I'm going to marinate the steak. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Okay, so this voiceover is longer than the clip. So let's see. I'm going to marinate. Okay, so we can start that there. So this is the soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Oyster sauce will add a... Okay, so we had a bit of noise there we recorded that we don't really want. So let's eliminate that. And we'll add a bit of salty flavor, but not fishy taste. Oyster sauce will add a bit of salty flavor, but not fishy tasting. Okay, I got a bit of noise on the phone there, so it should do this fine. 1 tablespoon of... Okay, let's cut out that piece of dialogue there that we don't really want. Okay. Tablespoon of oyster sauce. Tablespoon of oyster. Okay, that's repetitive, so we don't need that. We'll put that bit of voice there. So we're basically editing the dialogue to... Hey, Duckies. Nice to see you. Welcome aboard. Let me make you a mod in here. I think most of the chat has left, but please network as you wish. So we're editing this. We got the dialogue lined up with the video clips. Okay, so I'm talking to myself, and now where's the next? See it better while I'm. Okay, so I'm just talking to myself there. Actually, talking to the chat. So where was my? Let's get rid of this extra audio here. I love Premiere. Premiere's it's almost a digital audio workbench. I mean, Adobe has its edition that is not a bad digital audio workbench, but okay, mix that up. Add a bit. Okay, so we'll leave in the word okay. And I thought of recording dialogue while I was actually doing the work, but I want the option to change my mind about what I'm going to say. And while I'm doing the cooking, I'm also the cameraman, so I want to make sure that I pay attention to two things. I can always add dialogue, but going back and reshooting video of somebody mixing up a bowl of meat is
mix that up.
Let's just do a thing here. Let's just move that over to so it's a bit more in the center of the screen. Okay, mix that up.
Add a bit less than what. Pardon me. Add a bit less.
Okay, let's get rid of that cough. Take that out to here. Where's my?
And 1 tablespoon of flour.
Where's my flour? Oh, I guess it's in the next clip. Okay. And as I said, I like recording short clips because it's easier to edit and the files aren't huge. Then it's easy to add things together as opposed to cutting them up later on. Okay, so that's the end of our sauce.
Stir that well. Slice the large.
Okay, now we're on to the onion. The onion is way over here. Where is my friend the onion?
Slice a large onion into slivers.
Hey, Fishing Cooking with Jose. Welcome to my my live. I'll give you a jacket here. Network as you wish. We're adding the voiceover to a video edit that I started yesterday live. And I'm going to hopefully, in the hour that I'm giving myself for this, finish the voiceover, add some titles, add some music. And this will get posted later today as steak chow mein. Okay, so what do we got here?
Chop up a green spring onion.
Okay, so here, chopping onions is kind of boring, but it tells the story.
Spring onion in small pieces. And let's cut up a cup of broccoli.
That was a really sad green onion, but it's all I had available. And okay, cut up a
broccoli.
Let's move this a little bit closer so that it lines up with the video clip.
Cut up a cup of broccoli into small pieces. It adds color and texture, and again a bit of flavor. And again a bit. And again.
Okay, cut out the words that I don't want.
And again, a bit of flavor. So let's make the sauce.
Okay, let's cut this here. That's the end of that bit of audio. Let's make the sauce. Are we making sauce here? No, not yet. Here we're making sauce. Okay, so let's start the making sauce dialogue here. Come out and you get out of there. We don't need you.
A 1/4 cup of beef broth. A 1/4 cup of oyster sauce. And now the noodles. And now the...
Okay, so I don't remember why I didn't record the stirring of this this sauce here. That was interesting that I didn't do that. Okay, so now the noodles. So what I'm going to do here for a second is just want to see if this is if this clip has stirring. No, it doesn't. Okay. I guess I didn't record the stirring. Okay. Just, I mean, the stirring, you got to stir it, right? It's not rocket science, but it does convey the message that there's a bit of effort in there. Okay, so, well, that was 454 grams. Okay, I'm not going to put in the weight of the noodles.
Okay. For the noodles. And now the noodles. This is going to be a 1 pot of cook.
Okay, let's go back here and take that out.
And now the noodles. This is going to be a 1 pot approach, so the noodles will be cooked in the same pan as the meat later on. These are egg noodles that will be done in about 3 minutes. We'll let them boil.
Cut that there. Next clip is the noodles in the water.
We'll let them boil. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. We'll let them boil. We'll let them boil.
Okay, I don't know why I said that twice. I guess I didn't like the way that it came out. And let's cut that there, and let's move that over.
I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of finely minced.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the live. I do appreciate that.
Of finely minced fresh garlic. I want. Oh, I didn't like the way I wrote there. Let me just fix this voiceover line here. Okay, I like it. I'm going to add about.
Okay, so obviously I said garlic and it's ginger. But I then corrected myself.
I like it. I'm going to add about. Okay, I like it. I'm going to add about 2.
Okay, let's get rid of whatever babbling I had there. Put this here.
Add about 2 tablespoons of finely minced fresh garlic. Peel it. Fresh garlic. Peel it. Chop it up. Noodles are 2 minutes into cooking.
Okay, so I'm still saying garlic, not ginger.
Peel it. Chop it up. Fresh garlic.
Okay, so we're going to record this. So let's turn this sound off so we don't get an echo. What the heck did I say here? Two tablespoons of finely minced fresh ginger. Fresh ginger. Okay, so that's what I was supposed to be saying here. So let's record that, and then we'll put it in there. Pardon me. I'm going to add about where I've lost it now. We don't want that. Let's get rid of that. I lost my script. Here it is. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of finely minced fresh ginger. Let's put that at the top of the screen. That way I don't have to go looking for it later. Okay, hit record again. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of finely minced fresh ginger. Now I got the right word. So let's turn the sound on so we can hear what's actually in the video. Go back here. That's good. Save that again so we don't lose it. And okay, so this is, we don't like this.
I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of finely minced fresh garlic. Peel it, chop.
Okay, so we don't want that because I said garlic, not ginger. Let's put this here, and let's see, does it fit?
Fresh ginger. Add about 2 tablespoons of finely minced fresh ginger.
Okay, so let's get this ginger up here. Where's my ginger? Okay, peel it, chop it.
Chop it up. Noodles are 2 minutes into.
Okay, so let's cut that there. That's the ginger still. Okay, so here's my noodles. What do I got to say?
Noodles are 2 minutes into cooking. So add the broccoli so that it cooks for another minute.
Okay, let's add the broccoli. Where's the broccoli? There's my broccoli. There's my broccoli. So we want the broccoli words at the same time as we got that.
So that it cooks for another minute. Stir that well.
Okay, let's move this because we got a clip here of just stirring.
And put the noodles aside. And put the noodles.
Okay, we're putting our noodles aside.
Add some sesame oil.
Okay, add some sesame oil so we get the pan.
That gives a nice flavor. Onions into the pan.
Okay, there's my sesame oil. Where's my onions? There's my onions. Okay, that lines up with that.
Onions into the pan. Half tablespoon.
Hey, hacker! Welcome to my live online edit of a cooking video. I appreciate the appreciate your dropping by. So here, let's see where.
Half tablespoon of garlic flakes. I'm too lazy.
And what you're hearing is the voiceover that I recorded an hour ago on this live.
I'm too lazy today to chop garlic. Half tablespoon of garlic.
Okay, let's cut that. Where's my garlic flakes? My garlic flakes are coming up in here. There's my garlic flakes.
Half tablespoon of garlic flakes. I'm too lazy today to chop garlic, but fresh garlic adds a bit of a different taste. Add the ginger.
Okay, there's my ginger.
Add the ginger. You notice, add the ginger. The ginger. You notice, I wanted the fresh ginger.
Okay, I don't know if I need this dialogue here.
I wanted the fresh ginger more than I needed fresh garlic. Add the marinated. The fresh ginger. I wanted.
Okay, we'll keep this here. It's just
I wanted
talking.
the fresh ginger more than I needed fresh garlic.
Okay, so where is the ginger being added here? So the garlic is in there.
The ginger. I wanted the fresh ginger more than I needed.
Okay, so this is too long here. First of all, I saw a flash. So I was taking a picture of the.
I wanted the fresh.
Okay, is this thing slowing down here? Am I running into problems? I haven't had Adobe crash on me in a long, long time. So is today going to be the day?
I wanted the fresh ginger more than I needed fresh garlic.
Okay, so that clip was a little bit too long. So let's go put this here. And what's this here?
Add the ginger.
Okay, let's eliminate this gap. Okay, yeah, so we had a little bit of boring action there where
I wanted.
I was taking a still picture of the pan. Hey, love child, welcome to my online video editing of beef chow mein. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for dropping by. So
Ginger more than I needed fresh garlic. Add the marinated meat.
At the voiceover stage here, we recorded the voiceover earlier in this session. So there's my marinated meat. Okay, let's move that bit of voiceover there.
Marinated meat. Make it into a flat layer so that it's brown.
Okay, where's my flat layer? There's my flat layer. Okay.
Make it into a flat layer so that it browns well. Turn the pieces of meat over.
Okay, let's turn the pieces of the meat over. I'm leaving in that sizzling sound because I like the sizzle in my own videos, but I watch other people's videos, and the sizzle makes you so hungry.
Add a bit more sesame oil.
I'm actually getting hungry. It's 2 o'clock, almost 2 o'clock here, and I haven't had lunch yet, but I wanted to finish this. Add a bit of sesame oil. Where's my sesame oil? I think that's what's happening over here. There it is. Yeah. Bit of sesame oil. And now that I'm talking about being hungry, I suddenly realize how hungry I actually am.
Stir that well.
Okay, stirring well. Okay, so we're 9 minutes and 59 seconds. We drop the oil in there. We don't need that sitting plate doing nothing. Let's go down a few seconds there and take that smaller.
About a cup of bean sprout.
Okay, so I want this to be centered, right? So let's move this over a little bit and down. Yeah, that's nice. And you know what? I said yesterday that I don't like a million transitions and stuff like that. But here I'm going to put a little cross dissolve in there so that it
Stir that well.
shows up nicely. That's beautiful. A few transitions are okay. Transitions everywhere.
Add a handful. About a cup.
You spend more time watching the transition than you spend watching the content. Okay, where's my cup of bean sprouts? There's my cup of bean sprouts.
Add a handful. About a cup of bean sprouts. And stir well.
I watched one cooking show that is AI voice, and here we're going to put a transition on the audio because the with the cover,
add a handful.
It does some weird stuff to the sound, so we'll blend the sound nicely.
Add back the noodles and broccoli.
And I'm not 100% sure I like the AI voice. I watched one that I believe was generated, or the author, the creator, doesn't speak English, but I ended up with they've generated a very nice English voice for the North American market. And and I kind of like it. I've tried a couple of voice generating programs.
Add back the noodles and broccoli.
A couple of voice generating programs, and I don't like them for what I'm doing, but when I look at other people's, I'm happy. Oh, what's going on here? We didn't record. We missed a piece of voiceover here. Hey, Glory Creations, welcome to me adding voiceover to the edit of a cooking video. And I just realized that I missed something in the voiceover because I didn't have a voiceover that talks about adding the sauce to this creation. Okay, so let's record the sauce. I'm just going to do this here. I'm going to turn off the audio on the computer so that it doesn't echo, and I'm going to record. What am I going to record? I'm going to actually write it in my script first so that I've add back the noodles, stir well. So I have the bean sprouts. Let's fix the spelling here, because when I see the spelling as I'm reading it, I sometimes lose track of where I am. Okay. So what are we doing here? We're going to say add the sauce to the pan. Add the sauce to the pan. It will thicken. No. Will thicken from the flour on the meat. Okay, so let's add these 2 lines of dialogue here. Again, fix the typos because I get distracted when I see the stupid typos. Okay, let's move this over. Let's hit record. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Add the sauce to the pan. It'll thicken from the flour on the meat. Okay, we've recorded that. Let's turn the sound back on so we can hear what's going on in this edit. Okay, so here, where are we adding the sauce? Okay, we don't want that. Where's the sauce being added? There's the sauce coming in right there. Let's do sauce.
Add the sauce to the pan. It'll thicken to the.
Okay, do we want this to be zoomed out a little bit more? No. That's good the way it is. We've already adjusted made it centered nicely. Okay, now we've got.
Add back the noodles.
Okay, so we're adding back the noodles. Okay, let's go back and put in a cross dissolve in the audio here.
Add back the noodles and broccoli.
When the lid is off.
Stir well to coat the noodles and heat them up. Add the green. Again.
Stir well. Where's my stir well? There, stir well. I'm stirring, stirring, stirring. Stirring well.
Add the green onion.
Where's my green onions? Hello, green onions. Where are you, green onions? There's my green onions. Do I need all of this? Okay, we got the audio is a bit quiet there. Where's my green onions?
Add the green onion.
Add the green onions.
And serve.
Talking to myself.
And serve.
Okay, let's cut that out there. Now I'm getting so hungry here, and I thought I was actually going to eat my afternoon creation, but I got to have something.
And serve. A bit more green onion as garnish.
Okay, so this is a bit too long here. We didn't really need that close-up of the pan.
And serve. A bit more green onion as garnish.
Green onion. Where's my green onion? There's my green onion. And I recorded this voiceover while I was watching the video, so I know what I'm expecting.
Enjoy.
And theoretically, I knew what I was doing all along, but that's sometimes debatable.
Okay, so that is the end.
Okay, so that's the end of my video. Where's my enjoy? Okay, so now, as I'm debating whether I should be using chopsticks or a fork to eat this, let's get a little bit closer. Okay. So that's wonderful. Now let's no, let's not do that. Let's save this. We're going to fix the sound. Let's fix the color. Okay, so we're going to add a what Adobe calls an adjustment layer, and it's going to cover from here all the way to here. And this adjustment layer is going to basically fix the light. I'm happy with the white balance. I mean, that's white. But my experience with the way I've got this camera set and the way I've got the lights over my stove set, I'm going to add a 1 to my exposure. Am I overexposed anywhere? The color's good there. The color's good there. The color's a little bit dark there. So why don't I? So for this one, Okay, so this one is a bit on the dark side, so I'm going to change its own luminance. So Premiere has this Lumetri color thing that they invented for the recent versions, and I've gone up 0.8 there, so that one's the color's good. Let's go up here 0.8. So the adjustment layer exists to change many clips at once, and I'm trying to change one clip at a time to deal with not 100% sure what. Maybe it's just because the pan is black. Oh no, it looks like that's white lighter and that's brighter. So maybe I did something to the lights at that point in time to make them a little bit darker. Here, that color is nice. That color is nice. Don't want to blow out the highlights. Oops, that's a little bit on the dark side. That's still good. The pan is black. There's not much I can do about that. Do we want a little bit more light? Okay, so here I'm going to give this just a little bit more light and a little bit more saturation because I want the color of that meat to pop out. And we're going to do this. I'm going to copy this setting. We're going to paste it on top of here, on top of here. I guess on top of here. It doesn't really need it now because the bean sprouts are overpowering everything else. But let's, okay, that's good. Bean sprouts didn't get overpowered. I guess I could have made another adjustment layer just for this. Okay, so here I want this to be a little bit more brighter. We're up to one, so I've got one in the adjustment layer and one in the clip itself. That's starting. Oh my God! I'm looking at this and my stomach is growling. That's nice and bright. I wonder if it's too bright. Nah, the color is good. The color is good. But now I'm going to go back because this was the same thing here. I'm going to make that brighter. And I'm going to make that brighter. So now we've got good color. Now we're going to bring in from a previous project. We're going to bring in the titles that I had used before because I'm too lazy to do this over and over and over. So let's save this file, open a recent project. What's a good project? Steak pasta is as good as any. That I was happy with the results of that. And what I really want to copy are just a few items. This piece of title, this piece of title, this piece of title. Sorry, this is the adjustment layer from there. I don't want that one. So I created a new one for here. And I'm going to copy that. This is a trick in Adobe Premiere. It would be different with other editing programs. I'm going to paste that into this timeline. Hey, Munchies. Welcome to my my live online editing of a cooking video. I mean, this is what you guys do on a regular basis. I just gave you a wrench to network. We don't have a lot of viewers, but please network as you think necessary. So what we've done is we've copied in titles that I know work in other environments. So let's bring that in here. And we're going to park them right here for the time being. And we've also brought in this little subscribe thing that I got from Pixabay. I want that at about 1 minute. So let's move this guy over. We're going to put him in here about 1 minute. That's good. And the titles, we're going to move to the beginning of the clip. You know what? We're going to actually just take out this empty space here. Let's go, you go over there. Okay, so it's one pan cooking. It's one pan cooking, but it's not cheesesteak spaghetti. It is beef steak chow mein. What does that look like? Beef steak, or do I just want steak? Let's go with beef steak for now. You can always change it later on. Okay, so this I want to be to here. This I want to be to here. Okay, so the titles will cover that. That looks wonderful. Okay, so now we are going to, we'll see how this works in an online environment. We're going to add music to this thing. Now, the music we're going to add, there's a lot of sources for music. You're absolutely right. Thank you. Thank you, Munchies. There is no spell checker in this thing, and I'm embarrassed, but I appreciate that. One order of chop suey for you, Munchies. Thank you very much. Okay, beefsteak. You're right. I've done it once. I actually had to go and take a video down because I made a typo, and I think actually Adobe does provide spell checking, but you have to do it clip by clip. It's not an automatic kind of thing. Okay, so what am I doing? Yes, we're going to add some music to this thing. So what are we going to use for music? Well, I have played with the music that YouTube provides, and there's some wonderful songs in there, but I'm not really looking for a song. I'm looking for background noise almost. I have bought music from a number of places. I bought music from Digital Juice, and they thanked me by going out of business when there were still so many things that I wanted from them. But I bought a lifetime supply of them, of their music, and I guess it was their lifetime, not my lifetime. But still, I have some good Digital Juice clips that I have used many times. I've got some music from Pixabay and Pexels, and the problem with that is it claims to be copyright free, but I've listened to some things, and one of the things they said was copyright free was really the melody to Adele's Hello song. So if I were to use that, that would cause more consternation than I want to deal with. So I don't claim to be a musician by any stretch of the imagination, but I do. I bought a Yamaha keyboard with various accompaniments in it many years ago for another project, and I've been using some of that music that I've generated on the keyboard. So it's created by me. Um, it's very simple. This is just a C, F, and G chord, but let's bring this one in and see what it sounds like. So let's see if we like this at all, at all, at all, at all. This is a bit too slow. I'm going to recreate this with a faster tempo. So let's go for another clip that I created this morning. 100 beat per minute, tempo, C, F, and G. A little bit happier. I like that. Let's just take one more other one that we're going to look at. I've used this in different tempo settings. This is 116 beats per minute. I think I like that better. It's sort of driven. It creates a good background sound. Okay, so let's see what this is all about. So let's take this out, and it starts with a little bit of an intro that is I'm going to cut that a little bit differently, but let's let Premiere has a thing where it intro ending's not bad. Premiere has this thing that they call remixing a clip, and what it really does is it allows you to stretch a music clip, and it analyzes the beats, and it seems to analyze if the clip has vocals in it. It seems to does a good job of analyzing the vocals. They don't necessarily make sense when they're stretched arbitrarily, but it works. It works better than copying and pasting and adding fades yourself. So enjoy. Okay, that's not bad at all. We're going to leave that the way it is. We're going to cut out 1/4 of a bit there. Now,
a bit more green onion and garnish.
We want the music to duck under the voiceover. So we'll hey, Angelic, welcome to me editing a cooking video that I had started editing yesterday. We're adding the sound to it today, and we're almost done. So we're going to use the built-in ducking capability that Adobe provides. And I had a conversation with somebody about DaVinci's ducking is more elegant. This works. So we're going along.
A bit more green onion as garnish.
Music is down.
Enjoy.
And what it did, I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. So you see here, it lowered the volume at the beginning of the voiceover clip, and then raised it again, lowered the volume, raised it again. And it does that pretty automatically, right? So here we've got 2 chunks of voice. Here we've got this.
Add the marinated meat.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is work with the audio a little bit, because we've got a bunch of different audios in here. So the sound of the cutting is good there. But see here, we're getting clipping, which will sound awful when it's played back. So we're going to use this function built into Premiere, and we're going to first of all.
Is beef.
My voice isn't loud enough, and that's a factor of the microphone that we're using, because it's also the same microphone that we're using for the YouTube chat. So this is track 2. So let's go in here and make this louder.
Here, a 4-ounce piece.
Okay, we don't want clipping.
That I'm going to cut into bite-sized pieces.
And from experience, this microphone is good. If I add 4 decibels, oh, too much. Let's go down to 3.9.
Here, a 4-ounce piece of sirloin that I'm going to cut into bite-sized
Okay,
pieces.
that sounds good. We're not clipping on the audio track here.
This is going to be a 1-pot approach. So the noodles will be.
Let's go look at the end here. Are we clipping here?
Add the green onion. A A bit more green onion as garnish.
Sometimes I find these very short clips.
Enjoy.
Okay, so enjoy was a little bit too hot, right?
Enjoy.
But I'm not going to fiddle with that. I'm just going to lower the volume of the enjoy by 1.4 decibels. Let's see.
A bit more green onion as garnish. Enjoy.
Oh, needs even more reduction than 1.4. Let's go down. Okay, 3 decibels.
Enjoy.
Wonderful. Okay, so the other thing, experience tells me that my music is too loud. So I'm going to bring my music down about 2 decibels. That way it doesn't drown out my sizzle.
Add the sauce to the pan. It'll thicken from the flour.
Okay, so here we got clipping on the whole mix. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to add in an add-in amplitude hard limiter, and we're going to
Add the sauce to the pan. It'll thicken from the flour on the meat.
Okay, so the 0.1 decibels was enough for a limiter to bring that in. Let's go back to the beginning, see if that still sounds good.
I'm going to marinate the steak.
Okay, we
1
got the voices a
tablespoon.
bit too high, so let's add a limiter to the voiceover track as well. It sometimes doesn't accomplish what I wanted it to, so then there's more
Marinate
playing
the
around.
steak.
Okay, let's go down to a whole decibel.
I'm going to marinate the steak. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce.
Okay, let's just make this a little bit lower. Half a decibel.
I'm going to marinate the steak.
Okay, so that's good there. Now the other thing I want to do with the voice is the microphone is a bit bassy, so we're going to increase the treble. Oh, let's just reduce the bass to start. Let's see what that does. Let's mute this music here so we can hear better.
In is beef. Here, a 4-ounce piece of sirloin that I'm going to cut into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to marinate the steak. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce.
I kind of like that. So later on, I'm going to listen to it on my phone and a couple different speaker environments. But right now, that looks good. So now, because we've...
The ingredient is beef. Here,
Let's go
a
up
4-ounce
just
piece
a
of
hair.
sirloin that I'm going to cut into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to marinate the steak. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce.
Okay, I like that. Let's see what it sounds like with the music.
A 4-ounce piece of sirloin that I'm going to cut into bite-sized pieces.
Okay, so in this line here, the background noise music, I'm also going to add an EQ. And basically, I'm going to add a high pass because there is a fan that makes a bit of noise, and I want that noise to be reduced a bit. So let's see that. Okay, so this is how much did it add? Oh, 1400 hertz. No, we want to be down to around 120 is usually good. Okay, let's see if we've lost our sizzle.
Easy today to chop garlic.
Okay, so the sizzle is still there, but we have eliminated the low frequency noise. I'm happy with that. That's good. So somewhere here, I guess there was a a place where I banged a tool. So let's add a limiter to here as well. Because it's just a little bang, you don't get the same effect as you do of getting a voice distorted by clipping of the voice. But again, it doesn't take a lot of extra effort to
The hero ingredient is beef. Here,
okay, so what did I do wrong here? I changed this to be 4.4 and it should be 4.0 decibels. Otherwise, it's going to clip.
Is beef.
That's perfect.
Slice a large onion. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Wonderful. Okay, so we have edited our clip here. We have titles. We have to thank the Munchie Mafia for pointing out a spelling mistake, which would have been really, really embarrassing if I had left the thing up for more than a few minutes. If it's only a minute, then I'll take it down. But I don't like taking stuff down if at all necessary. And there's nothing wrong with getting spelling to be right right away. Hey, Codboy, welcome to the show. Let's give you a wrench. Network as you'd like. We don't have a huge lot of visitors, but I love networking, and I do take advantage of that to grow my own audience. So I think we've got a good edit here. I'm going to take a couple of minutes of your time to we don't want to answer that phone. I take a couple of minutes of your time to just look at the results for a couple of seconds. Let's see how long it's going to take to. Oh, hold on. We made a mistake here. Let's just go back and make sure. Oh yeah, we've got yeah, we did that. Okay, let's export the timeline. Let's see how many minutes it's going to take. It's doing some audio, so it's going to take 5 minutes, 4 minutes. It's probably going to take 2 minutes to export a copy, and we'll just play a few seconds of that. I do like to watch it, as again, I would have missed the typo, because if you can't spell when you're typing it, you're not going to spell when you see it. You know, you look at words like speech, speak, the E's and A's, they do some weird stuff. Beef and beef. So it helps. You lose credibility if you can't type. To my audience that isn't native English speakers, it gets by, but why not do it right as opposed to letting it slip through and then regretting it afterwards. So it's 2 minutes. So it's going to take a few seconds to finish this export, which is basically it's taking my timeline and generating a video file from it that can be uploaded. I'm going to actually watch the whole thing, so we're not going to do that online while we're here. Just looking to see if I had not forgotten to unmute one of my audio tracks, but it looks like I did that properly. So I've done that. I've uploaded a video without the audio because I was still working on fixing the audio and wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Thanks, Codboy. We'll check you out. I don't think I had subscribed to you, but it'll be my pleasure to do that once we're finished with this this project. 1 minute and 25 seconds, so it's taking its sweet time. But it's fast. I mean, this is an i7 computer. It's got enough memory to do pretty well. It memory is important. It also has SSD hard drives for a work file for this. The video files themselves are on regular hard drives because I can't afford 4 terabytes or 8 terabytes in one case of SSD memory, but it's and it's a reasonably new computer. It's a Dell. Is it a Dell? Yeah, it's a Dell from Best Buy. I like the immediate gratification of walking out with your computer instead of ordering it and waiting for it to show up and a porch pilot and stealing your computer from you. So okay, so it says 2 seconds. It's actually, but now it's multiplexing the sound and the video frames. So it says 2 seconds, but it still keeps on thinking for a while. Let's find that. Let's find that where that video file has been generated. Premiere Pro work. There we are. We have saved that. Let's minimize that. Let's play this thing. Looks good. I like the color. Let's see when we hear the dialogue is good. I like the color of the meat. I wanted it to be nice and red without actually playing with the color of the edit. The meat usually looks okay. My shrimp are never pink enough, so I usually do end up with a little bit of work on them. And things that are green could use a little bit more a boost in contrast. Let's go through here. Looks good. I like that. I like that. It's clear. As I said yesterday, I shoot all this using not a video camera, but a real camera, a Micro Four Third Olympus, and my shutter speed is 1/25 of a second, so that when things are moving, they're clear. We're not doing cinematic views here, and that also allows me to do a screen grab of one frame, and it's good enough to publish on a cooking blog and eventually, potentially, a cookbook. So the greens are a nice color. The broccoli has showed up a nice green. The onions are a nice green. So I'm happy with the colors there. And let's see what the last few seconds of this thing look like. Yeah, it looks good. So before it goes live, it's going to end up with an intro of me in the captain's hat, talking about this for a few seconds, and then it'll be live. So this will be up in a couple hours. I thank you all for coming to my live. I'm going to do a screenshot of this to save it so I can remember what it looked like. I'm going to save that. Where am I saving it? I'm going to have another YT live in here. Create a new folder. Where's a new folder? 202500609 live. We're going to save that. And that's basically what we want to do. We're going to save the chat. see, we're going to save that. And we're going to put that aside. And now we are going to unshare the screen. So we're back to just me. And we're going to end the stream. Yes, I'm ready to end the stream.